Here is my collection of items that I think I will probably use in the nature boxes. Look at this cool rattlesnake skin I have. And this one's pretty cool too. I think I'll probably just mount it the way it is, make a box for it. And then I have my shell collection, and I was sorting things out so I can make the multiples. And then there's some more over here. It'll be interesting to see how I decide to incorporate them. And then I started making the papers, and what I discovered is that because some of my papers already kind of, can't really see it in here, but this is not white paper. This is like out of an old book, so it's already beige. And I discovered that unless you put the resist on pretty thickly, when you add the coffee or the other stain, you kind of don't get much white. Now this one I did better. I had it thicker. And this is done with the walnut ink, so it's browner, whereas these two were done with the coffee stain. So it's quite a bit lighter. Doesn't seem to me the colors are coming through here. So with these, this one, and this one, I actually went back in after I dyed it and added more of the gesso resist so that I kind of got a little more white. I was feeling like they were just too dark. And I think that actually looks kind of interesting. And then I did go over here and I went back this morning over the original papers that I had made and added more of the resist and the gesso so that I can just see how they're going to behave a little bit. And as you can probably see from this is an old newspaper, and it's already that, you know, kind of pale coffee colored. This too with this old music paper. So it's kind of an interesting thing, and when I went and got papers to do, I was drawn to these books that were already old, and the paper is already pretty beige. So it might work differently on white paper. I'll have to try that with one of my other books. So that's what I've learned so far. Oh, and then I worked on the watercolor paper. I didn't think it was particularly effective. This one came out way too dark because I used the walnut ink rather than the coffee. And then here I attempted adding some black ink to it. I don't know, maybe it'll work. Here's another one that's drying right now with the walnut ink and the black ink. And the reverse is just the coffee. So it's quite a bit lighter. I think I like it better. And that is, my dear, what I have learned so far. Here's my supplies, my walnut ink. I got this Distress texture paste instead of plaster of Paris, but you kind of use it up pretty quickly. And I bought a kind of a small thing of gesso. This is my coffee. I got this that she recommended for gluing, so we'll see how it works. And then I have this golden gel media and Mod Podge for other activities. And then of course I have my brushes and my, can't remember what you call these, palette knives. So we'll see how that works out. I found I liked putting the gesso and the texture paste on better with a palette knife. And then I also have these little plastic ones. And I found I liked that better than using a brush like she did. So, I'll keep you up to date on how it unfolds. I made these papers already textured for my friends so they can practice their dyeing techniques. And then I have these that are already dyed so they can use those to actually make some boxes. And then I have these papers over here that they can use to practice adding on the gesso and the texture paste for the resist. So that's where I am so far. All right, I love you. Hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.